Hello, fine ladies and gentlemen. I am your favorite BEW commentator and producer, Arnold, and I would like to welcome you all to the BEW 10 pre-show. Now, you guys, I would like to kick off this show with some incredibly sad breaking news. BEW Champion Kam Pierce has been out of action for a number of weeks, since episode 15, End of an Era, due to a blindside, sickening, and disturbing attack at the hands of his former best friend and number one contender, Nevon McDonald. I regret to finally inform you that Kam suffered a major concussion after the repeated blows to the skull, and to cap it off by blasting Kam with the guitar, thanks to Nevon McDonald. Kam, however, wants to face Nevon for payback and retribution at BEW 10 The Invasion, but his doctors and family are forcing him to not compete. He is not 100%, and he cannot compete at BEW 10. Well, who knows? He might still show up. Who knows? But it's just highly unlikely that Kam will be defending the BEW title next week at the Invasion. However, there will still be a BEW title match. Regardless, though. Stay tuned, folks. At this time, I would like to reach out to have my traditional Q&A, this time with the hardcore Enigma, Shadow Grim, on the BEW 10 pre-show. Shadow, how are you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing just fine, Arnold, but it seems to me that we have some intruders in BEW, and I'm not just gonna sit here and let this happen. So whoever's in my way, coming from HJW, get ready for hell of a fight.
Yes, that's what all of us here at BEW likes to hear. The first time, Shadow, that you came on the scene was on July 19th, 2014 at BEW 6, when you were brought in, by the assistant general manager at the time, Brett Rose, as one of the challengers for Nevon's BEW Championship. How did you feel on your first day in BEW?
Well, that's a very interesting question, Arnold. The first time I stepped my foot in BEW, I was really excited. I was really motivated. I was really confident that I was going to win the BEW Championship when I debuted.
Yeah, I hear you. It was Nevon McDonald, though, who escaped with the title that evening. Speaking of the King of the Mountain, can you explain the feeling of what it was like to change from the Ultimate Power Felix to Shadow Grim at BEW 8 Day of Destruction? And then defeating, I might add, the four-time BEW champion Nevon McDonald in front of all your friends, fans, and your cousins and family members that was attending.
The reason why I had to take out my alter ego was because Nevon, he crushed everything. He made fun of my people, made fun of what I am, what I stand for, and I wasn't gonna take it. So therefore, I changed into the Shadow Grim. I changed myself into someone I've never been before. And therefore, I whooped Nevon's ass, and I made a name for myself.
Definitely was a big night for you, Shadow. You can catch that match here on our BEW YouTube channel on part 2 of BEW 8 Day of Destruction. So, Shadow, Arnold is going to keep it real. The last time you were seen was at the Backyard Rumble, when you were in 3 consecutive matches in one night, in which you were screwed over by all of them, really, by HJW hijacking our footage in your match against Jordan Oliver. So we didn't see the conclusion of that battle. Then in your second match of the evening for the BEW title against Kam Pierce, when he low-blowed you at the end of that to retain the belt. And then, in the end, when you were competing in the Backyard Rumble, getting another opportunity, it was stolen from you by Nevon's security guard, who held your foot as a distraction, so Nevon could eliminate you out of the match. ruining your opportunity again. We haven't seen you since, Shadow. But with HJW possibly coming to our home turf, we want to know, is it a guarantee that you will be joining the fight to defend BEW at all cost in the war at the invasion? Will you be there?
In my honest opinions, Arnold, with Nevon grabbing my foot in the backyard rumble, with me getting low blowed, losing my chance to win the championship, and now with these guys coming in here, starting to hijack my highlights of my match, and now they want to come over here and start trouble. You're damn right, I'm coming in. I'm coming in for a fight. And whoever, like I said, whoever stands in my way and in my way of making a name for myself in BEW, oh man, oh hell's gonna break loose. Because when the Shadow Grim gets mad, everything becomes a disaster.
Well, there you have it. I certainly do not want to be HJW. Thank you, Shadow, for joining me. It has been the ultimate pleasure, and we'll see you at the invasion. Later on the pre-show, folks, I'm gonna make an attempt to call and have Nevon McDonald on here, because God knows after our last one, he had a damn conniption. So the king later on the show, folks. As of right now, let us switch gears and hear from the young shooter, the most dangerous man in professional wrestling, Jordan Oliver, who looks to go one-on-one with a guy who had much to say and totally trashed Jordan in one of the most outspoken and disrespectful promos we've ever heard and seen. We are talking about former HJW member who is going to be coming here for the invasion, we believe so, to face Jordan. The Destroyer, Kid Christian. Here's Jordan.
We're gonna be doing is sitting, jerking off to John Cena. Right back where you fucking belong, in your room, watching John Cena.
Roman Reigns! Roman Reigns!
Christian, let me tell you one thing. You said all these things in your little shoe. You said all these things about me. I got one thing to say that. Were you looking in a mirror when you were saying these things to me? Were you talking to yourself? Because that's exactly what it sounded like to me. You must think this is an act. You must think the most dangerous man in professional wrestling is just a gimmick. Well, you talked about it in there. You don't want to pull elbows. You don't want to pull punches. Well, that's cool with me, because I'm the young shooter. The most dangerous man in professional wrestling isn't just a gimmick. It's who I am. It's the actions that I've been through. And if I've been getting from the actions that I do when I step in the ring, when I'm outside of the ring, when you see me on the street, I won't hesitate to beat your ass. So, Christian, when it comes down to it, I'm better than you. I always will be better than you. You know, Christian, you know what they say? They say gold is forever. I'll tell you the difference between gold and sugar. Sugar rots, sugar fades. Well, I'm gold and I'm here forever, baby. I'm the most dangerous man in professional wrestling. Newberg's favorite son, the young shooter, Jordan Oliver. And come BEW 10, you're gonna find exactly why. You're gonna find exactly why I am all those things I say. So all I need is the lights, the camera, and I'll do all the action. So BEW 10, when I go behind you, I hook my hands around your waist, and I toss you on your neck. I pick you up, slide my knee into your face, and make you the main attraction. You can let the cameras do all the action. You can let the cameras roll. Because you'll be on the ground, crying for your beloved parents, your beloved girlfriend, your beloved friend. HAW, hardcore Jersey wrestling. Kid Christian, the Destroyer, the dream match, Jordan Oliver versus Kid Christian. It'll be a dream match. For you, you'll be sleeping. Bye.
Line them up.
Line them up.
Line them up.
We'll shoot them down.
Hello, BEW Universe. It's me, the Rising Star Champion and the last survivor, Joseph Anthony. And there's one thing that's running through my mind, and has been running through my mind a lot lately, and that's August 8th, BEW 10. And on this date, the show has been dubbed as the invasion of some no-name company that wants to invade BEW. And apparently I'm facing some man from that no-name company named Deathblade. But it's only fair that I warn you, talking to you, F-Blade, it's only fair that I warn you that once you step on my turf, Newburgh, New York, if the city itself doesn't eat you alive, the BEW Universe certainly will. And when me and you step in that ring, it'll be one entity going up against another entity, and when two entities collide, you get what's called the chemical reaction. And once I hit you with my chemical reaction, you're going to be down for the count. Not just one, not two, but 1, 2, 3. And I tell you, once you lose that match, it's going to be a long ride home for you, knowing that you had one chance to be something, to make something of yourself, and you failed. And I'm sure it won't be the first time, and I know it won't be the last.
Let's get crazy. The battle lines have been drawn. It's BEW versus HJW in a battle for bragging rights and supremacy. Today on the pre-show, this very pre-show hosted by me, Arnold, I would like to reveal to all of you great fans, you wonderful, awesome fans that you are, that if hardcore Jersey wrestling decides to show up, and I mean if they come here and jump into the Lion's Den in our backyard in New York, here, there's going to be a few matches that we know that's going to be taking place. We have BEW's own, the legendary, the Beast, Tyler Sands, going up against HJW's toxic champion, Dr. Mayhem. We also have Rising Star Champion, the last survivor, one of my favorites, Joseph Anthony, representing BEW and defending his title versus HJW's powerhouse, F-Blade. Also, folks, things is gonna get physical, things is gonna get messy, things is gonna get out of hand when BEW's hardcore Enigma, Shadowgrim, versus HJW's monster, the Demonator, in a street fight. Also, folks, we're gonna have HJW's tag team, known as Pro Destroyers, collectively known as Pro Destroyers, yes, the Prodigy we're talking about, along with the Destroyer, versus BEW's own newest faction that's really taking things and taking out everybody, Top Guns, Jordan Oliver and Johnny Reed. Also, Jordan Oliver and Kid Christian go at it one-on-one, and we're going to see it, hopefully, at the Invasion. And in the main event, we will have BEW's own, our owner, Nevon McDonald, the King of the Mountain, take on HJW's co-owner and HJW champion, D-Pac, in a lumberjack match, with both brands, every member surrounding the ring as they go at it. It's all going down, folks. I cannot wait. And if Jersey, if they come, man, rest assured we know It's gonna be a night to remember. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try calling the boss for a Q&A. I don't know if he's gonna pick up or not. He does have a lot to do with this whole thing that's going on for this event. Who the hell is this? It's Arnold. Who? Arnold from BEW. You act like that's supposed to mean something to me. I don't like you, and you know I don't like you. So why the hell are you calling? I'm doing a pre-show, boss. I thought you might want to be on it. Oh, this a pre-show? Why didn't you tell me, son? Well, you must have learned after all after that last pre-show you had. Okay, so you have questions for me, peasant? If we're going to begin, I prefer you call me by my name, sir. Okay, numbnuts. Ever since you became #1 contender, Nevon, for the BEW title, by winning the first Backyard Rumble, you stepped up your game, and you've taken out everyone who has had your back. Why'd you take them all out? Quite frankly, Arnold, I'm serving notice to everyone on the BEW and the HAW roster too, for that matter, that's what I'm doing. There's only one diamond in this industry, one measuring stick of this business, and that's me. If y'all ain't learned yet after all the destruction I've been causing since the Rumble, then you damn sure gonna learn at the invasion. I ain't nothing to play with. I don't give a damn who y'all are. You're all on the list. Okay? That's Nevon McDonald's list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of you. I don't need nobody. If the champ Cam is really out of the equation after what I did to him a couple weeks ago, but somehow comes out of his coma and somehow show up in my yard, it's gonna be the shortest return in BEW history. Because Cam, I hope you're listening, son, and know what's good for you at that. You're going back on the shelf, because you again are gonna feel the wrath of the king and my guitar. Okay, sir, let's settle down. Important question I want to ask you. Where is our general manager, Ace? You assaulted him on the CJ and Ace show and brung him down into the abyss of BEW. It's been nearly a month since we last saw him. What did you do to him? Well, son, that is strictly personal. The more you don't know, the better it is for you and everyone else. Okay then. Fine. Then I would like to address something else. As we seen on our first BEW newscast in the beginning of this year, which is on our channel as well, you shed light to the rumors that we will see one Backyard Wrestling Federation face off against another when you accepted the challenge from HJW champion Deepak on social media, escalating to a lot of controversy and war of words online for over half a year between us and them. Now, this past spring, HJW ended. That's right, they closed the doors on their company. But you couldn't help yourself, Nevon. Your ego was just too big to accept that. You sent out a video on Instagram saying you wanted to bury HJW yourself and not for them to ride off into the sunset without this invasion going down. You damn right, Arnold. Suddenly, we've been having technical difficulties in all of our broadcasts beginning at BW9 Backyard Rumble, when HJW first started hijacking our production. I must ask you this. Do you think HJW is actually going to show up to end this battle? Or just continue to do us wrong by your crimes by screwing up our show with hijacking from Carteret, New Jersey? I assure you, Arnold, hear my voice now. I hope I am saying it clear enough on this phone. At BW10, if HJW actually does show up, they will be dealt with a swift, vengeful retaliation for what they've been doing to my show immediately when they are spotted. I'm gonna embarrass HJW just like I embarrassed everyone in BEW. And I mean everyone. HJW is gonna come up here in my world in New York and get publicly humiliated. And once I am done kicking their ass, each and every one of them in hardcore Jersey wrestling are all gonna get, let's see here, a hardcore bitch slap and sent back to Jersey in an ambulance. Any other questions, moron? You know what, Nevon? I am so sick and tired of listening to you talk. I didn't want to say this because I want to be professional, but something has to give. Somebody has to tell you. You push your weight around and think you are so good when you're not as half as good as most of the guys on our BEW roster. You hold everybody back. You're a control freak that's always plotting, conspiring, and manipulating the system and people here. It's not fair. And I will open up to say truly that I hate your stinking guts. If I didn't love this job so much, I'd leave this company. You wonder why you are so alone and no one likes you. You're going to find out the hard way that your mouth can't cash what your ass has been writing. Sorry, it's the truth, and if you think you can fight this war on your own, possibly somehow, it's not happening. You are sadly mistaken. And I hate to be you because you have made yourself public enemy number one. Oh my. Well, look who grew a set over the phone. I'm sorry too, Arnold. Let me ask you something, pal. Let me ask you this here. You're a daddy, ain't that right? Everybody love Arnold, and everybody know he's a young, proud father. They love his voice, the voice of BEW, the producer. Well, son, if you want to continue to do what you love and provide for that child that you got, I suggest you know your role here and show the king some respect. Or else I'm going to go through drastic measures to get your very own daughter. Oh yes, your product of your semen. Arnold, yours. Your daughter will be raped by a motorcycle gang if you keep that bullshit up with me. Yeah, I said it, and I ain't stutter either. Over here talking about that's not fair. Oh, that's not fair. Life isn't fair. Life sucks, and then you die. I'd hit my own daddy over the head with a guitar just to get what I want. And I want a BEW Championship. I want my title again. And at BEW 10, Cam there or not. If he's there or not, I don't care. I will be the 5-time BEW champion. And also by myself, I'll grab my competition by the throat. And I'll squeeze the life out of my competition. And kick them straight off the mountain that contains all the backyard wrestling federations. Now, if anybody watching got a problem with that, then I ain't that hard to find. I'm gonna be the man with the shiny gold title, spray painted BEW on it, right at the invasion. So I'll see y'all there on the battlefield, and don't you dare call me back.
Wow, I'm really lost at words. Did you not hear that? Did you not hear that? That was a low blow. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot continue with this pre-show. That's it. I'm done. I'm done.
That I rise HJW to the dead one more time to destroy that so-called fake backyard wrestling company you guys have called BEW. Fuck BEW. I'm gonna make sure tonight, before I post this, that you guys are gonna know already who's coming to beat you guys. Because we, HJW, me the Prodigy, are already the original heels, and we're coming to beat your ass. See you there.